welcome to another episode of Game Overcast. My name's David Kaelin. I am the Game Over CEO, and thank you for joining us. This is our 34th episode for season 4, that is. How many episodes did we do last year, Dan? Do you remember when we were doing our preview season, or it's like a mini season?
Do you want me to go look?
No, just estimate. 10?
20?
20? Yeah. So this might be around the 50th show total that I've done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, too bad we messed up the numbering.
The numbering is perfect, Dan. It's perfect.
Okay.
So this is season 4. 2022 is all season 4. So until we get to the end of this year, it's all season 4. And then we're going to take a little hiatus for Christmas. And then when we come back in 2023, it'll be season 5, a brand new year, brand new season, a brand new everything. I don't know. But anyway, welcome back. And today, it's Friday. Don't you love Fridays?
Yes.
I love Fridays. You love Fridays too, right, Dan?
Yeah.
Yeah. What is that?
Okay.
You can't be on a Friday.
I work on the weekends, so I don't really have a Friday.
Oh, that's right.
Some weekends.
Yeah, Dan does more video production. So a lot of that happens on weekends.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of the big events and
it's
stuff.
Halloween weekend, so we got stuff going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I was talking to my kids about, or my son about? The only kid that lives home anymore. I'm sad. You know, he's had, they get weird days off in school, right? And so in the past, 6 weeks or something, they've had 3 Mondays off, right? One of them was Columbus Day, which I know some people say, it's not a legit holiday or we shouldn't celebrate anymore or whatever, but we've gotten that day off forever. So for school, it's still a holiday. So that I get. There were 2 other Mondays off, which made no sense. They were staff development, future weather, maybe bad days, but they burned them out before winter. So it's kind of I don't know why they have these days early in the year. They should save them for when the weather does get bad. But anyway, so they've had 3 Mondays off. And then he was asking me last night, so when's Halloween? And I'm like, Halloween is on Monday this year. And he's like, we've had all those days off last month from school. Why didn't they give us freaking Monday Halloween off instead of Monday, October 1st or October 24th or whatever it was, that has no holiday significance, whatever.
You want the day after Halloween off.
Well, that too, but they've had, even if they kept Columbus Day, they've had 3 Mondays off in the past 6 weeks. They could keep Columbus Day, and the 2 other staff development day whatevers, those could be Halloween and the day after Halloween. They could have a Monday, Tuesday off. So they get a 4-day weekend for Halloween. Why don't we do that?
Yeah.
Why don't people that write school calendars actually look at a normal calendar when they do it? There's a teacher would like to have off December 24th. It's well, okay, the teacher can have the day off, but can it be another day instead? I don't know, but yeah, that doesn't make sense. When I was in school, I remember for Thanksgiving too, we'd only have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday off. And you'd still have to go that Monday and Tuesday, even though they were totally blow-off days because no teacher would want to do anything right before Thanksgiving. And now, since my kids have gone through school, they get the whole week off for Thanksgiving. But when I was a kid, that wasn't the case. So I don't know about you guys, but when I was a kid, you only got 3 days for Thanksgiving, and now you get a full week. So again, I don't know who writes the calendars. I don't know who's in charge. I just live in this world. I don't get to control it. But anyway, it's Halloween, and we're excited. So this is Halloween weekend. So a lot of people will be partying, party safe if you're partying, and so there'll be a lot of activities, haunted houses, stuff like that. Hopefully playing some scary video games.
Dookie.
Yeah, that's right. That would be fun. And then Halloween is actually on Monday. So it's going to be a fun weekend and a fun show. I got a lot of cool stuff planned. Episode 34, we are ready to go. So let's jump right into it with Level 1 Current Events. And we're back with Level 1 Current Events. So what's going on in the world of gaming right now? First of all, Silent Hill is back, apparently, which is just in time for a Halloween announcement, right? So according to Kotaku, Silent Hill 2 Remake is coming to PS5 and PC, and eventually it's going to come to Xbox, but for the first 12 months, it's only PS5 and PC. So, sorry. There's a lot more of these, as these software, acquisitions have happened these past few years. There's going to be a lot more exclusives. So not a lot of multi-platform or simultaneous release stuff anymore. But anyway, Silent Hill 2 is coming back, and so that's really cool. It's a good spooky game. Also, they announced other Silent Hill stuff. So Silent Hill Towerfall, Silent Hill Ascension, and Silent Hill F are coming out. So those are all new games, different types of games. And there's a movie called Return to Silent Hill, because they had a Silent Hill movie, I guess 5 5 years ago, 10 years ago, something. And so this is Return to Silent Hill. So a sequel. So that's cool. Big Silent Hill news. Also, more proof that video games are good for you. That's right. We've reported a couple of times on this, and I know that you watch this show strictly for the news, just for the info. And so I'm bringing you the news, and it's good news about video games. They are not rotting your brains. As much as people thought, at least. And they're kind of good for you. And so this one, this was a little scary because when I read it, it said 2,000 school-age kids were tested. And what they did is analyze their brain scans. And so when I read that, I was like,
Right.
Who's giving 2,000 kids brain scans? Like, are these kids that are like in some kind of, suffering some kind of disease?
No, you volunteer.
You volunteer for a brain scan, though?
You want to come play some video games? And maybe we'll monitor your brain a little bit.
Hey, kids, we're doing a survey. You want a lollipop? Okay, well, climb into this brain scan machine. Don't mind the big 10-ton computer that's going to lower on your head and, take pictures of your brain.
David, is this why you don't buy computers? Because you think they're that big still?
Aren't computers like this big? No? Oh. People make fun of me because
two tapes running.
Yes, like in War Games. I was talking about War Games last week.
Computers haven't changed at all since the 80s.
Okay, so the few people that know me very well and have been into my actual office here in Austin know that my computer that I use right now, it's a little old, and it literally has the big reel-to-reel tapes and the red and blue buttons across, and just like on the movie War Games. It's the Whopper. It's like the Whopper 2 in there running Game Over. And I finally, believe it or not, employees who know me well, I have finally bought a new computer.
Yay!
So I got it.
Well, he's a jolly good
Yeah, okay. Thank you. So I got a new computer. I have not opened the box or hooked it up yet, and it's just, of course, it's the most basic plain Jane desktop. I'm just gonna unplug one and plug in the other one.
Dell?
It's not a Dell. It's an HP. They don't make Compaq anymore, do they?
Oh, yeah,
That's became HP. But anyway, it's an HP. It's just basic. It's not total cheapo garbage, but it's also not like Pimp Daddy gamer PC. It's something in the middle. Because it's just basic, the stuff that I need. But just having the updated, Windows and RAM and gigs, I don't know, whatever. It's gonna be fine. I'm sure it's gonna be way better than what I have. So that'll be a fun little project I'll be working on soon to try and transfer all my stuff over because again, people that know me know I have a lot of stuff on that computer. That's probably why it moves like an old man like me, because it has 50 billion files and images and stuff on there, and my email account is freaking insane from 20 years of doing this, and so yeah, it's just very weighed down under the burden of 17 years of Game Over. So anyway, so that update's coming soon. But back to this. So 2,000 school-age kids that for some reason their parents decided to give them a brain scan. They probably got, free lollipop or $5 off at McDonald's or some kind of thing. And they're like, sure, take my kid. Do experiments on him. Okay. So they did the experiments. And so the guy's name is Badar Jarani. He's an associate professor at University of Vermont. So probably a smart guy. He's at a university, so he did the study, and it came out with the results that if you play 3 hours or more per day, which sounds like a freaking lot, 3 hours or more per day, you perform better on impulse control and memory tests than kids who don't play games. So I guess, because it's hand-eye coordination, your impulse control, and you have to remember things, when you go through video games. So I guess that makes sense. But even if you're a gamer, 3 hours a day, doesn't that sound like a lot? How many hours do you play a day, Dan?
Probably. Well, so
I mean, now we're older,
dad.
yeah, so we can't do it like we used to. But
I can't just go home and play video games all day. But I'd probably squeeze an hour and a half in a day.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, hour and a half for Dan. Okay, so I'm hour and a half a month, something like that. But kids, my son gets home from school. It's 5 o'clock. It's how do you work in? Well, I guess you eat and play games and go to bed. That's pretty much it. Anyway, but so cool. And another proof that video games are positive. They do have positive benefits. You do want your kids to still be able to interact socially, though. So if they do go in their room and they stay in there all night and all they do is play video games for hours and hours every night, it's probably bad in other ways. But at least in terms of your impulse control and memory tests, they go up. So that's good news. And it also says that there's no direct link between playing games and violence, depression, aggressive behavior, or things like that, as has previously been suggested also. Because, a lot of people think you play a game with guns, then you're going to get guns and go do stupid stuff with guns. And it's not really the case. It's not the case. So there's more proof of that not being the case as well. So good study. Let's see. And also there's more mentioning of Xbox, that they're really working on a new mobile platform that they want to compete, not so much with like Switch or PlayStation, but they're really going after Google and Apple. So they want to have like an app store that rivals, all of that stuff. And so that's where they're working right now. So like the short-term goal, is like the console wars where they're competing with Nintendo and PlayStation. But what Microsoft really wants is to be on the Google Apple level, which I guess is higher, more world domination at that level. Anyway, so we'll have to wait and see what happens there. Let's go to more retro gaming news, though. So we've been talking in the past couple of weeks about what are your favorite retro Halloween games, and the feedback's been trickling in. So we've got a few more comments this week, which is good. So let's see. So I'll go through the comments first. So we had Leptonics. He said thanks for the shout out. So you're welcome. He said, sorry for the lack of entries. Yeah, I know. You never know. When you say something on a podcast or a YouTube channel or something, and you say, hey, give me your feedback. Yeah. A lot of times you're lucky if you get one or two feedbacks on there. Yeah, it's like shouting in an empty room. Does anybody hear me? And then normally no response. But I guess a few people heard me, so I should be happy with that. But he did some research on what he calls the spooky dookies.
Spooky dookies. Spooky
dookies. So I'd never heard that term before, actually. But does that mean like scary stuff or like scary crap? Is it the same as scary crap? Scary poop? Spooky dookie? Yeah. So. But dookie sounds like poop, like a bad thing. But these are good games, right?
It also rhymes with spooky.
It does rhyme with spooky, so that's good. So spooky dookie.
The meaning is
what? Can you have a kookie while you watch a spooky dookie?
I did it all for the spooky dookie. So you can take that cookie.
Yeah. What else rhymes with that? Kooky, pookie?
Pookie.
Kooky. Kooky. Yeah. So if you had a cookie while you're acting kooky, while you're playing a spooky dookie, gamey? That's it. Gaming? There's nothing else. I don't know. Okay.
We need Eminem in here to help us.
All right. But anyway, this is the research that was put in here, volunteered by a fan of the show, which is very cool. So here's the list that he came up with. Atari 2600 Haunted House had creepy floating eyeballs on it. I never got how to play Haunted House. Like I remember putting that in Atari one time, and I was like, "What is this thing?" Like the graphics are so basic. Like I guess you go from room to room and there are ghosts in there. I don't know. We should play that on the show, but we got something else in mind for today. But let's see. He also mentioned Aliens and Halloween and Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which little did some of you probably know those came out as Atari games. Yeah, and in Texas Chainsaw Massacre, apparently you played Leatherface just until you ran out of fuel. So you just went around with the chainsaw until you ran out of gas.
That's fine. That's how I normally go out Halloween.
Yeah. So even back in the Atari days, there were scary retro games. Let's see. In television, had Night Stalker and Dracula, the NES, Dr. Chaos, and Sweet Home. I don't remember Sweet Home. And then Uninvited. Uninvited, I remember. Those were really cool games. The like Shadowgate and Uninvited and what are the other ones?
Those like RPGs?
Those are the ones. Yeah, they're like RPGs, but it was like where you would just have a picture and you'd have to kind of like old PC games used to be.
Point and click?
Yeah, like a point and click. And so you'd like pick on like the picture frame on the wall and you're like, what's behind the picture frame? Yeah. And you'd be like, ooh. But yeah, that was a cool game and a cool style. Those games don't come in, very much anymore. They're really, sought after kind of games, but that's cool. Larry, our friend Larry, watches the show. He commented on Zelda 2 for NES. He said was his Halloween retro game, which is a little odd maybe, but there are scary bad guys, I guess, in there. But he says the enemies at first are little wiggly jelly blue things, and then when you get to the end before Shadow Link, a huge jelly thing with evil eyes scared the bejesus out of him. So it just fell, from the ceiling and scared him. Yeah. So sorry you got scared with Zelda 2. But anyway, that was kind of funny. So thanks for the comments, guys.
I have a spooky game recommendation, actually.
Okay, well, if you have a recommendation, and I got a list too, so I want to go through the list, but you can go ahead and do your recommendation. So Dan has a recommendation.
Okay, it's an indie game, so you have to have a modern platform to play.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, not very retro, but it's very in the same kind of art style vein as Tim Burton. It's a game called Tangle Tower, which is another
never heard of it.
Point-and-click adventure, but it's a murder mystery. Very spooky dooky and very cool. Like, super good story, really well written, great characters and voice acting. Just really fun game to get through on Halloween.
Okay. What is it called again?
Tangle Tower.
Tangle Tower.
Yep.
And is that available on all app stores?
Pretty much everywhere, yeah.
Is that on like Switch and Google and Apple and
I don't think it's on
Xbox?
The phone, but it's on all your gaming stuff.
All gaming platforms? Yeah. Tangle Tower.
Tangle Tower.
All right, cool. Well, that's Dan's recommendation of the week. So check that out for some Halloween spooky fun.
Of the minute. I'll probably have more later.
Okay, well, I also found, how we were trying to figure out, because a lot of the cool, scary video games tend to be more modern, or at least, what seems modern to people my age, I mean, technically retro, a lot of stuff like Silent Hill and Resident Evil, those are...
PS1. So
what's that?
Survival horror wasn't even a genre until PS1.
Yeah, survival horror, it's like the disc-based games,
yeah.
Some of which are now 20 or 30 years old, so technically it's kind of retro, but to me, they don't seem very retro-ish. But I found a cool article on a site called allthat'sepic.com. And, it's like a gaming, news site. And they had some best retro Halloween games listed. And I actually really liked their list. And so I was going to give them a shout out and read out their list on the show. Because these are ones that I think are cool. So this is what they hit up for Halloween retro games to check out. Luigi's Mansion. Okay. Grabbed by the Ghoulies. That's like an original Xbox title. Let's see. Eternal Darkness. We mentioned that on the show last week, I think. Let's see, Silent Hill, of course, Castlevania, of course, Zombies Ate My Neighbors, which we all, really like, Resident Evil, Ghostbusters, I like the Ghostbusters game. I like the Genesis one, but there's been several. Yeah. There have been several. And the Genesis one didn't have, what's his name? Ernie Hudson wasn't on it. Why wasn't he in that?
I don't know. The Xbox 360, PS3 era Ghostbusters game is also very good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the third-person shooter one.
Okay.
Very, very good.
Yeah, Dan saying the PS3 Xbox 360 version was good too. So Ghouls and Ghosts, or Ghosts and Goblins, or Super Ghouls and Ghosts. It's had several different names, but that's definitely a cool Halloween game. Like zombies, you're going through graveyards, and when you get hit, you walk around in your underwear, which also happens. It also happens in a lot of zombie movies. Somebody ends up in their underwear. Always. People die, and people end up in their underwear. Those are standbys in any kind of horror movie. Let's see. Monster in My Pocket. I've heard of that one, but I haven't played that one. Have you played that one, Dan? Monster in My Pocket? I think it's a GameCube game, wasn't it?
I'm familiar with it, like a 90s thing.
Yeah. Fatal Frame. Yeah, those are scary.
Oh, yeah.
Clock Tower. And then Friday the 13th. Yes. Which I'm assuming NES, but there have been several Friday the 13th games. So cool. But I thought that was a good list. So check out allthat'sepic.com for that article and more. Okay, so let's see. Moving on. I guess that's all the company info, or I'm sorry, that's all the the retro news. Now we're going to do company info. So now let's go to level 2 company info and see what's happening at your local Game Over video game store. And we're back with level 2 company info. So what's going on at your local Game Over video game store today, or right now, or this week, or weekend? Well, we've got sales going on, and the one going on right now from October 28th through November 3rd is a Retron 5 hardware sale, which is these. I actually have one on the show today.
Hey.
See if I can reach it over here. Can you see this?
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah.
That's a Retron 5.
That's cool.
What is this Frankenstein-type device that we're showing on Halloween? Well, it's Frankenstein because it's like if you took all your retro consoles and surgically grafted them all together into one super beast.
Yeah.
But they're really cool. It's a brand new thing, so it's all the pins are clean. It's brand new. It has HDMI connection for new TVs, and it has 4 slots on the top and 1 on the front. So that's the Retron 5. You got 5 holes. You can put cartridges in 5 different holes. But it does do more than 5 types of games. You can do Nintendo and the Japanese Famicom. You can do Super Nintendo and Super Famicom. You can do Genesis and the Japanese Mega Drive. And then on the Game Boy port, you can do Game Boy, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance. And then plus, if you get an adapter for it, you can do Master System and Game Gear games. And then that takes it up to 10 total consoles you can do on that. So they're really cool. And you can play with their own controllers, which are kind of so-so, or you can plug in originals, like Super Nintendo or Nintendo controllers, or Genesis for that matter. And it's really cool. It's like an all-in-one Swiss Army knife for playing retro games. But we're going to show that later on the show, so I'll push that over here. But those are on sale at Game Over stores. That they're $30 off. So definitely, if you wanted to pick one of those up, you thought about it. I know, I guess about 2 years ago with the pandemic, the pricing went up on them because they used to be lower, but now they're higher since post-pandemic stuff. But we're doing $30 off all new and used Retron 5s. You can get it in stores or online with code Retron5. So you can do that through November the 3rd. Then we've also got a Halloween sale coming up. We do this every year in the Game Over stores. You have to do it in person in your local Game Over store. Can you close that door, please? But basically on Halloween, which
we don't want any.
Sorry, solicitor came in the door. But on Monday, October 31st, that's Halloween. And if you come in that day with a costume on, a video game related costume, we're going to give you 20% off anything in the store. So basically, consoles, rare games, used games, anything we've got, school swag. If you wear a costume, we're giving you a discount.
I've got my Snorlax onesie all ready to go.
A Snorlax onesie? Oh, that sounds nice.
Mm-hmm. It's nice and cozy.
You should wear that every day.
I mean, I'm thinking about it.
It's practically just everyday wear. Yeah. Okay, so cool. Well, that is the Halloween special that's going on. That's just a one day. So that's just Monday. So you got to come in before you go trick-or-treating on Monday and check it out, buy your stuff at Game Over, and then go out and get candy that night trick-or-treating. Also, our trade-in bounty is still going on. We've extended that all the way till Thanksgiving Eve. I guess that's what you call that day, the day before Thanksgiving. So we're doing bonus payouts. If you have a Nintendo 64 you want to get rid of, either your main console, your old console, your friend, spouse, parents' house, version, whatever, extra console around, we're buying Nintendo 64s. I mean, we buy everything all the time, but specifically right now we want Nintendo 64s and we want GameCubes. So we're buying as many as we can. Basic black Nintendo 64s, $100 cash. That's the minimum. That's the machine, the wires, and one controller, all Nintendo brand, all in really good, working condition. So don't bring us, like all the janky ones with the wires all frayed and like the third-party goofy controller, and we'll want the $100. Like, we'll still buy it from you, but we're going to buy it for less than $100. But and then if you have the colored ones, like the fantastic colors, the green, the blue, the red, we'll buy those for $150 cash minimum. And then on GameCubes, no matter what color it is, $100. If you have the wires and one controller, it's a great deal on selling those consoles. I know trade-ins, you never get what you really want to get for trade-ins, but like those are pretty decent payouts for trades. So definitely take advantage of those to sell off some of your duplicates in your collection and get some extra cash for Christmas. And then we also have store events. We do tournaments every month in some of our stores. They're totally free, open to the public, so we hope you can come check some out near you. We've got 5 of them that go on every month. And the next one is going to be, Saturday, November 12th. So that's just in a couple of weeks. That's going to be happening at our Bellevue, Washington store, our Arlington, Texas store, the South Austin store, the Northeast San Antonio store that's in Selma, and also the Houston store on 1960. And so any of those 5 stores, if you live nearby, come check it out. So it's Saturday, November the 12th. It's totally free. You just show up, sign in, play. I'm not sure what the games are, but you can find all the information on the Facebook pages for those local stores. They post all that stuff there. So check it out. New products. You want to see some new stuff?
Let's do it.
At Game Over stores? I know you love new stuff.
I do.
So I got a couple of new things. We've got, these are kind of old things, really, but Ready Player One, the book.
Hey.
We got some of these extras from our buddy Ernie Klein, and we're helping kind of sell them in our stores over the holidays. So we're selling them for just $5,
Sweet.
Which is literally like half of what they charge on Amazon. So, yeah, we rock. We're putting some of these in each of our stores over the holidays, so definitely check that out, and we're going to have some specials on that, too, over the holidays. So it's a really good book, too. It's also become a major motion picture a couple years ago. And then secondly, we've got these, which is kind of weird, but they're stretchies called Gujitsu.
Jujitsu, like jujitsu.
Yeah.
Hey, it's Sonic.
So it's Sonic, but basically what it looks like is a little figure or bobblehead or something, but it's made out of rubber, and the arms are stretchy, so you can like go, you know, like this with Sonic and stretch his arms out like you're gonna kill him, but he still survives.
So if the Sonic game is bad, you can get one of these.
Yeah, so I was gonna say, if you don't like Sonic, if you like Sonic, you could buy it and just put it on your desk and it looks nice. If you don't like Sonic, you should still buy it just so you can rip it and beat the crap out of him. So, really cool. So those are coming to the stores.
Nice.
So those are 2 new cool Game Over things coming around. Also, I got a note just before the show that apparently YouTube is doing a thing called handles now. Have you heard of handles, Dan?
No. Love handles.
Well, I got some handles right here. But no, YouTube is doing handles, which is like your URL for the YouTube pages where they're customized or customizable, kind of like Facebook or Twitter or whatever, where you can have your at something. And we've already had these set up for like, you know, YouTube. It's youtube.com or whatever / Game Over Video Games, and youtube.com / Classic Game Fest. So we've had those for about 1 million years, but apparently some people don't have those, and they have like long, bizarre like XYZ-Q, YouTube things.
Get to a certain number of subscribers before you could get your.
Oh, okay. You had to have a certain number. Yeah, I guess I remember that. Like your first 100 or 200 or something, and then you can customize it. Well, now everybody gets a custom one because they want you like tagging stuff, and so when you watch videos on YouTube, you can tag it, and you can tag us. Like if you're saying something about Game Over, you can like tag Game Over in your YouTube video. I don't know how it's going to work, but apparently there's such a thing as handles, and we have one, and it's the same. It's just Game Over Video Games, and so now you can tag us on YouTube at Game Over Video Games.
Cool.
And I don't know. I guess that means we'll if you tag us, we'll see the video you tag us in, or
if they mention you in a video.
Yeah, if you mention us. Yeah. So I don't know. Also, we are getting close to our 1,000 YouTube subscribers.
Yeah.
So hit your subscribe button. I never say that on this show. Like I'm such a horrible YouTube development creative person.
Fine. Everybody else is horrible.
But yeah, do subscribe because I know you love this show and you love me and everything. But what you really love more than that is you want to see Game Over get into that 4-digit world of YouTube. There's some people that are complete morons. They have millions of followers, and I like to think I'm not a complete moron, and so I like to think that there's some value to what we do on video. So can we get close to the morons, please?
Yeah.
help us become more moronic, please. I'm sure I'm helping by doing this show. But anyway, we have a handle, so handle us gently on YouTube.
Oh my god.
Okay, in other news, Classic Game Fest news. Who loves Classic Game Fest?
I do.
I do. Classic Game Fest, the biggest retro gaming event in Texas, and one of the biggest in the country, potentially the biggest in the country. I don't know. We're definitely up there. But coming next year, July 22nd and 23rd, 2023, it's pretty much always in late July, so it's coming around that time. But that date's already set. Vendor booths are on sale. They are filling up. We are literally over 50 booths already booked, and some of those are very large. So we're space is already probably half full in the hall. So it's nuts that we're just 1 month into selling booths, and it's already half the space is gone. So if you want a booth to sell your stuff, whether you're chain of stores, a single store, mom and pop, a dude that does a side hustle with video games, or you just used to collect and you're what, the prices are really good right now. I'm getting married, I'm moving, I'm having a kid, I just want to unload all my stuff. It's a good time to be selling your stuff.
Yeah, not bad.
And so get a vendor booth. Check it out at classicgamefest.com/vendors, and you can get the sizes, the prices, the details, all that kind of stuff. Also, tickets are on sale now.
Yay!
So if you want to buy your tickets, your little wristband, our wristbands for CGF, you can buy it now. And I will reiterate what I've said earlier in the show on previous episodes. We're doing CGF differently now with pricing. Just like the vendor booths, when you buy it early, it's cheaper. And then the prices go up and up and up as you get closer to the show. So the tickets are like that too now. So tickets are on sale now, and they're basically Black Friday type prices. It's the lowest they're going to be now. So you can buy them at that price from now through Black Friday weekend. So they're not going to go down from that point. But after Black Friday weekend, they're going to go up. and then they'll go up a little bit. It's like, $5 or $10 every couple months or whatever until we get to CGF. And then if you buy them at the door at CGF, that will be the most expensive way to buy your tickets. So please don't do that. I mean, if you do, I'll take your money, and that's cool. I like money, but don't do that to yourself. Like, if you want to go, it's going to be awesome.
You deserve better.
You deserve better. Yeah. So buy your tickets early and do the right thing and save yourself some money and the hassle. Because you wait in the line with people buying tickets, that line is always longer. It always is slower. But when you have your tickets already and you're just picking up the wristbands, that's always faster. So word to the wise. So you can get vendor booths now. You can get tickets now. You can get hype now. You can share information and spread the word now. Share our links on social media. Help us, recruit friends and other businesses and stuff and guests. Who do you want to see? Let them know. Hey, you should be at Classic Game Fest. Talk to your favorite YouTube celebrities or your favorite, game designers and developers from retro games specifically, and say, hey, you need to get in touch with Classic Game Fest. You should be at that event. Because if you're big in the world of retro gaming or retro gaming YouTube channels or whatever, you should be at Classic Game Fest. And if you're not, you're doing it wrong. So get in touch. Let's get together and get all the best retro people at Classic Game Fest as the best retro event. So let's do it. Let's see. So we talked about all that. So I'm going to turn a page. Yep. So also, any other suggestions about Classic Game Fest, questions, stuff like that, it's either on the website, classicgamefest.com, or you can email info at classicgamefest.com, and I'll respond to your questions. So that's it. So let's go into the feature section, and today I'm going to play a Halloween game. So let's do that next. And we're back with the feature section of the show. And this week, being Halloween, I went out to the store, into the store at North Austin, and looked around for a Halloween game to play, and found this one. This was actually Dan's suggestion. Dan found this one out in the store. So it's Pinball of the Dead.
Yes.
The Game Boy Advance game that we're going to play on the Retron 5 on a TV, because that's way bigger screen than a handheld. So I'm going to play this now. I've never played this game before either, so I should warn you that
You like pinball?
I like pinball.
You like zombies?
I like zombies.
Well, you're gonna love it.
Okay, cool. But I have no idea. I mean, I know kind of what this game is, but I've never actually seen it or played it. So this will be interesting for all of us. All right, so I'm gonna hit reset so this restarts. Okay. Let's see. Okay.
I think you closed it. Hit X.
Huh? Hit X. Okay. Okay.
Hey.
There it is. Normal or challenge? I guess normal, because challenge would probably kill me. Is it too loud? Okay.
There you go.
It's pretty cool music.
Jam though.
Yeah. This is good. Like I can picture in like a zombie movie or something. This is not when it's scary. Like jump scary, where it's real quiet and eerie. This is after you get like some kind of like weapon, and then you go around and start slaughtering all the zombies. This is like you're a badass and you're gonna go on a spree, eliminating all the zombie threats.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay. So here we go. All right. So I'm doing normal mode because I'm a wimp and I'm not very skilled. Okay.
Oh, you have 3 boards.
What does that say? Wondering. I can't really read that.
Movement, cemetery.
What should I do? Wandering, movement, or cemetery? I guess this is the first one, maybe? Yeah, wandering.
Let's go.
Let's go. All right, I'm going to go wandering. All right.
L and R should be your triggers.
Oh, L and R? Okay. Okay, let's see. When it's ready, put a ball in the hole, and you will go to the boss stage. Okay. Oh, okay.
Fail.
What?
Failure.
I got him.
Do such a thing.
Oh, okay, I see it. Okay, yeah. Do you even use the D-pad on this? Or is it just all...
You can use the D-pad for paddles as well. It's just paddles. It's pinball.
Okay. Ball saved. That's always a good thing.
Save your balls.
Alright, okay. Uh-oh. Chaos. Alright, let's go, let's go. Okay, come on, man. Okay, oh, it's gonna come down. Hang on. Boom! Oh, yeah, baby. Get out of there and get those zombies.
Back 'em up.
Get the zombies. Okay, come on, come on. And go. Uh-oh. The zombies are coming to get me. Yeah.
The music's pretty banging.
The music is really awesome. Oh. Sorry. What was that? What was that?
Oh, get him.
Oh. Hang on. There you go. That's right. That's right. Chaos. Oh, that's right. That's right. Come on. Come on. Boom. Nightmare. Oh, yeah. Oh, that was weak. Yeah. Get it, get it, get it.
Okay.
Okay.
Come on. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, no.
Ooh, good save.
Oh, okay, okay. This is actually really fun.
Good board.
I mean, I like pinball. I don't think I play pinball enough because pinball is just a lot of fun. And it's a kind of game you don't really have to, you know, like overthink it. It just kind of is what it is, you know?
Bonus.
Okay, let's go. Yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
Better shoot this guy.
What's that?
Oh, good.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
10 million. That sounds good.
Have to hurry.
Oh, I gotta hurry. Okay. Where's the ball? Come on, come on. Yes! Come on. Okay. Yeah. Uh-oh. There's like a little flipper delay sometimes. No! Okay, come on. Why is that guy down there? Get off of there. Just waiting for the ball.
Gonzo.
I still got a bonus. How's that? Okay, okay. Yeah. Oh, that was...
Oh, come on.
That was a... I wasn't paying attention there. Yeah. Oh, come on. Okay, there. Stay up there. Nope. Okay. Yeah. Oh, all the way! Oh, baby! Look at that. Why is it not killing that one?
He's eternal. Yeah.
So I'm gonna go out on a limb and say this is pretty good for my first time ever playing this game.
Okay.
Where'd I go? Oh. Okay. Ah. Oh, come on. It seems like that guy shouldn't be down there. I don't know how to get him, though. That's a lot of points. How many is that? Let's see. Only 14 million. I thought that was good. I thought I was doing good.
I don't know how to get to the boss battle.
Game over.
Apparently there's a boss battle at some point.
Is it like a save code? Like I can come back?
Oh, yeah. I guess so.
ranking?
Number 10.
Number 10?
Yeah.
Okay,
Get your
here.
name in there.
Let's see. Put my name in there. D. Alright, okay. Alright. Nice. Well, that was fun.
It was good.
Yeah.
You're gonna do another. That was 8 minutes. You want to do another round?
You want to do another round?
Another board.
Okay, we could do another round.
Try a different board.
Look at this high quality GBA
It's a good game.
video cutscene here. Okay. Okay, let's try one more. I'll try maybe I can try the hard one.
Well, I don't know what the difference is. A, press A.
I am pressing A. I think this controller's a little janky.
I think you're a little janky.
You're a little janky.
X.
Oh, it's X. Okay. Game start. Challenge mode.
Let's go! You're back at wandering though.
I didn't get to pick.
Success.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. Let's see how we can do on challenge mode.
Who could do such a thing?
Alright. Oh. You have to hit these guys multiple times?
I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, I think they like change color, like I guess like a lot of the retro bad guys, where they start to get
Oh yeah, yeah.
they start off green, then they get like brown, and then they get yellow and then red. Yeah. Blah, blah. I've hit that one guy a couple of times though. Why won't you die? Sometimes when you hit them and they don't die, they just go like, ugh. Like, ow, that hurt me, but it didn't really kill me. Yeah. I like being up here in this top part. Oh, that's kind of scary.
Oh, you go in the door on the right.
What door?
The door on the right, the blue arrow. Boss battle!
Oh boy. Okay.
Go!
Oh jeez. Okay.
Pretty good animation.
Okay. Well, I need more balls. Oh no. Oh
What?
well.
One shot. That was a pretty good boss battle.
That was a pretty quick boss battle. These are just average sounds that you would hear on Halloween. Just the, ah!
No!
No! Okay, bonus. Okay, so that's 12 million. What'd I have last time? 14 million?
Yeah.
Success!
Success! Headshot.
Nice.
Thank you.
Super, what does it say? Super Jets?
To hurry.
I hope. That's right. That's right. Get that guy. Stop climbing on my flippers, man. Nightmare. Escape. Oh, there's no escape.
No escape.
No escape. See? There's no escape for that guy. That guy just said oof, though. right. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Go and prevent the confusion in the city.
Uh-oh. No. Aww. Ball saved. Ball lost. Oh, ball saved. Hey, all right. Why does it keep bouncing right in the middle? Ooh, 23. I'm moving up.
Moving up.
I'm playing the harder level and doing okay.
All right, let's see where
Wow, let's see what number I got. Yeah. Come on, number one.
Big money.
No whammies.
I think you have to press something.
Do I have to press something? 18, that's worse.
Challenge mode.
Oh, because challenge mode, you got to do harder just to get on the board.
You suck worse.
So for an average player, I'm okay enough to get on the board, but for the challenge mode, I'm barely on the board. All right. So what was that, number 10 on the first one and 18 on that one?
Yeah.
That's not bad. I like this game. I give it a thumbs up.
All right.
Yeah.
Good one to play.
All right, so that's Pinball of the Dead, available on GBA. Here, I'm going to turn this off. Well, heck, I'll just let it go. No, that's all right. I'll just turn it down the
Got this
volume.
nice opening cinematic.
Yeah, we'll watch the video again. So, yeah, Pinball of the Dead, GBA game, available now at Game Over Video Games. All right, let's go on to level 4 and do the boss battle next. And we're back with level 4, the boss battle. So what's the boss been working on this week? As you know, I mentioned in the last couple of shows, I've been moving lately. And so moving is the boss battle again, the biggest battle of this past week and the past several weeks. So we're into the new place now. So we're 90% moved in to the new place and out of the old place. But man, that final 10%, that's rough. You know, at that point, we're going back to the old house. It's just like, 10% or less, like 5 to 10%. But it's like that really undesirable 5 to 10% of the stuff that you really don't want. It's kind of junky. It's like, it's
That's yard sale material.
it's garage sales time, right? Like we literally have most of the stuff left at the house is in the garage physically, and it's for that purpose that we're going to go there like in a couple weeks and just have a garage sale and just basically just open the garage and just like any of this other crap anybody want. But yeah, so and then we're starting to unpack at the other place, the new place, but not quite unpacked yet there either. So it's still like kind of up in the air. It's just it takes time to do a move, and so it's been interesting. I haven't moved in like 20 years, and so it's been interesting, and we definitely have accumulated a lot more stuff. You always have a lot more than you think. Mm-hmm. You look at your stuff and you're like, okay, like I could pack this up and move it like in a day or whatever. Like it's not that bad. And I didn't even want to get movers. Like my wife made me get movers for like the really heavy and really delicate stuff, and I'm glad we did. I mean, don't tell her that.
Yes.
Don't tell her that. But like,
Movers are the best.
Movers are the best.
Yes.
And it's like, but you pay for them, and so I'm like, I don't really need them. I'm pretty tough, and my son's pretty tough. Like the two of us, like we're the movers. But man, there was some stuff that my son and I both were like, nope, not happening. We're not going to be able to lift this. And so that was nice to have that. But we moved a lot of it ourselves. Like anything small to medium size, and even some of the big stuff we moved ourselves. But the really big, really heavy stuff, we did have movers for a couple hours. Then it was worth the money to do that. So anyway, so we're mostly moved in. But now we've got to fix up the old house, clean out the rest of the stuff, have a garage sale. Like do paint and flooring and whatever just to make it nice and shiny again for somebody to buy it. And so we're in that process, or going to be in that process soon. But I want to tell you one more thing too, which is the dog story. So we have pets.
You have a dog?
Yeah.
What kind of dog do you have?
I have 2 dogs and a cat. What kind? No idea. I don't know what they are. I don't really know dog breeds, but like one is a little like terrier mix, and one is a mid-size skinny brown mix, short hair. And they're both short hair, I guess, but they're both adopted, so they're both like mutts, you know. They're both mixed breed, you know, which is fine. And if you have pets, I mean, I highly recommend, you know, adopting them, you know, because there's a lot of unwanted pets out there. So you know, help some out, get out of those shelters, and so we did, and so the smallest one's like a little white terrier dog, and then we have a medium-sized one that I always tell people like she looks like Santa's little helper. You know, from The Simpsons, looks just like that. Like we literally should have called her Santa's Little Helper, but we didn't. But anyway, long story short, so we've got the two dogs and we have a cat, and so we moved over, and like one of our like biggest concerns was, you know, we have a pool at the new house. That was like one of our main selling points of like moving is like we've wanted a pool forever, and we live in Texas where it's like 100 degrees for like 9 months out of the year, and so we're like we really need to get a house with a pool. So that was one of the few bullet points we were looking for on our search. But anyway, so we have a pool. We've never had a pool before, and so you know the pets have had baths, so they're familiar with water and the concept of getting in, and normally they're not very big on it. And so my stance was always like, well, you know, when we let them outside to do their business and everything, you know, they're going to have to learn that like that's a pool and there's water in there, and like, you know, don't go in there. Or if you go in there, like it's a pool, and you know, maybe they'll like it. Maybe they'll be, you know, just doing the backstroke and just having a great old time there, and you know, bouncing a beach ball back and forth with us, and we'll be having a fun family party. Yeah, you would think they could swim, but. I mean, when I was a kid, I remember getting like pushed into a pool, and that's how you teach them to swim. Like, how are they doing? Like, yeah, that one doesn't know how to swim. Doesn't know how to swim. He needs a little help, so go help him out. But no, you learn because you panic paddle. You know, oh my God, I'm dying. You know, and so you kind of learn. But we didn't want to do that. But we were thinking, you know, just like a bath, you know, you kind of ease them into the room. You know, you splash a little water on them. You can like, hey, it's, you know, here's what it is. It's you know, this is what water feels like, and this is what it's going to be like in here, and you know, whatever. But like, so we moved most of our stuff during the day, like I guess last weekend or whatever, and then. The last thing we moved over was the pets, right? Because you don't want the pets there when you're going in and out with like boxes and stuff. Like you can't have your pets there; they got to be somewhere else. So they were back at the other house. So we brought them last, and so it was late at night. It was like 10:30, 11 o'clock. It was dark, and so then you know we took them out to go to the bathroom before bed, and you know my wife's fear was like they're going to jump in the pool and like drown, you know, and my thought was. They probably won't drown, and they probably won't jump in the pool. And if they do, and the off chance that happens, they'll probably be able to swim. But hopefully it'll never happen, and we'll never find out. So day one, night one, you know, we take them out there for the first time, and you know, into the backyard, and they're sniffing around and walking around and stuff, and it all seems pretty good. And then we go, you know, kind of to one side of the yard, like kind of past the pool, and then suddenly the bigger dog sees something like across the yard, and it's like, you know, like dogs when they hear something or see something, they're like, what's that? And then just bolted like a lightning bolt, you know, across the yard over the pool to get it or whatever. And so just like turned and like ran full speed ahead, and just kind of like a Looney Tunes commercial where it's like there's a cliff, and like the Roadrunner like runs, and he runs past the end of the cliff and doesn't realize like they're in thin air for a minute, and then like, oh. And so she just went just straight off, like full speed, and then crashed into the water. So for a split second there, I was like getting ready to jump in the pool and like grab the dog and save the dog. But then I kind of like looked, and I'm like, oh, she's kind of paddling. Like maybe she's gonna make it. Okay. But just to be safe, and my wife was there, and we were both kind of stunned and like freaked out. So And she was close to the edge still, and she was kind of paddling towards the edge. But I was able to, with my big monkey arms, like reach in and pick her up and pull her, up out of the pool. So I saved her, but I still say that, like, I didn't expect it to happen, and so I was wrong about that too. But also it seemed like she could kind of paddle a little bit, but it's just it's hard to get out because you can paddle to the edge, but then can you climb out? Do you have the
right?
The dogs don't do pull-ups. Like, I don't know if they can get themselves out.
Steps, obviously. It's some...
Yeah, but this wasn't by the steps. This was in the deep end. She just head first, like 20 miles an hour into the deep end. It's like, okay, I haven't even done that yet, but just like kamikaze pilot. So anyway, so that was really scary and a very, very crazy way to end our very long day of moving. But pets are fine. No pets were harmed in this story. And if need be, I would have jumped in and saved the pet. I promise. But it was enough that I could still just with my hands just grab her and get her out. And she just shook it off and just kept running around. Just I don't know, wet but fine. So, but that was a crazy kind of start to the day, and it was a very long weekend. That was the end of a night of a very long day of a very long weekend, and so. It was crazy, but now we've been there a week or whatever, and let the dogs out to go to the bathroom, and no other incidents, knock on wood, yet. But we do hope when it becomes like summertime and we actually get in the pool more that they either will come and swim, or at least one of them might. The smaller one won't because he's kind of old and he don't want anything to do with the pool. He would just avoid it.
Yeah.
But the big one's a little younger, and so she's a little more rambunctious, and she might want to go in every once in a while with us, under supervision, of course, and check it out. But anyway, obviously, we don't want them to use it. And this past week, they've just been going in and out, doing their business, and then they come right back to the door, and we go out with them to watch them and make sure, that nothing crazy happens. So I think it was just that first night. There was a brand new place. It was dark. We did have lights on, but it may have looked weird or unclear that was a pool. And so, yeah. But luckily, of course, we were there with them, and everything is fine. So that is my tale of woe and my boss battle, related to moving for this week. So dogs in the pool and just in general, trying to clean up all of our old crap out of the old place. And so that will continue for a while. I'm probably going to do a garage sale, like I said, in like 2 weeks and hopefully get rid of most of that stuff. And then after that point, it'll be like, Goodwill or, Craigslist. I don't know. No video games. Obviously, I don't honestly have a huge video game collection anymore, because my collection that I had at one point went into game over, and so I only have a smaller collection now. So probably a lot of you watching the show, like if you're into game over and retro games and stuff, you might have a larger collection than me these days, because I don't really have much. I have a very large amount of Atari 2600 carts and a large amount of NES carts. But everything else I have pretty small amounts, like very reasonable, like not major collections. I have a lot of consoles, but not a lot of a variety of games for all the consoles, because it's too much. And like I said, most of that stuff went to game over, and I just haven't ever taken the time or whatever to reacquire them. But I like the older stuff. Atari and NES, those are some of my favorites, and so I definitely hung on to those when I did game over. So anyway, but we'll talk more about that to come, and I'm sure there'll be more boss battles with the house, and eventually maybe on the feature sections I can show some things as I set up the game room and stuff at the house, and so we'll see how that goes. But let's move on to the next section. Let's do bonus level fan feedback and see what you, the viewers, had to say about the last couple of shows. And we're back with the bonus level fan feedback. Wrap up the show and see what you, the viewers and listeners, have thought of this podcast and other recent shows that we've done. Mostly good things, so that's good. I love the good comments. We got several new commenters this week too, which is nice. And so this is off the the YouTube channel. So I'm not, when it's YouTube, like the whole handle thing, I don't know what your actual name is. I just know what you go by on YouTube. Mm-hmm. And now that there's handles, maybe you'll change it to something else, something different. I don't know. But so we got a comment from Turbo Cobra. who haven't heard from previously, says they love the show. Keep up the good work. So that's good. Thank you for watching. Tim Horn, love you guys' content. Not surprised about G4. We were talking about G4. Coming back and then going away, and I think it all happened like in a couple of months. Like it was like, hey, we're back, and then it's like, out of business again. So yeah, he's not surprised about that one. Larry, my dude, commented earlier in the show about the Halloween games. He also says, "What's up, my dudes? Love the content." He said, "Thanks for the extra long video," and he said it didn't seem too hard to film.
We know you guys like it long.
I don't know what that means. Yeah. I'm not going to repeat that, Dan. Let's see. But he says, thanks for the love. He's sad to not be in the CGF trailer, but he says his wife is prettier, no doubt. So, yeah.
You got to jump in front of me next time.
So, I'm sorry. We want all the pretty people in the commercial, so we couldn't use you, Larry. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm just kidding. You're pretty, too. You're pretty. We love you. Yeah, so anyway, but very cool, and thanks. Yeah, I have these past couple of shows because we've missed several. There has been more to talk about, so I know they have been a little longer, like the hour and a half kind of limit, but I do try and keep it like about an hour to an hour and 10 minutes, the show. So I'll hopefully get back to that now going forward. Let's see. Ricky says, great show. Thanks for watching. Let's see. He also said something about, we made it extra long to make up for the missed shows in September. So, which, yeah, we did. We put a little extra effort into the shows that we did have. He agrees with me on the OLED, that OLED is pronounced OLED and not OLED.
We know what you're talking about either way, so I don't care.
So Dan still says OLED. But he did stump me with this because he said it's not always like... You say LED, so when you add the O, it should just be OLED. Like, that makes sense. Mm-hmm. But then he stumped me because he said Kansas, if you add the AR for Arkansas, it's different. It's not Arkansas, it's Arkansas.
Why not?
I don't know why it's not.
Why?
I don't know.
That makes me more mad than OLED.
Yeah.
Arkansas.
Yeah, because LED is not even a word, it's an acronym.
It's not
and so
Kansas, it's Arkansas.
That might be what it was.
I don't know.
That's like, no, I don't even want you here. I don't even want you anywhere near me. Why don't you go to your own Kansas? Yeah. This is our Kansas, bastard.
If you show me a map of the United States and you say, show me where Arkansas is or I'll kill you, yeah. I'm just kidding. Just kill me.
You don't know where Kansas is on a map?
Or
it's in the middle. It's in the middle.
Or Arkansas.
You know where Arkansas touches Texas.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
Nothing touches Texas.
Oh my God. So, but what's weird is like Arkansas and Kansas also, they don't touch, right? I don't think they touch.
No touching.
Like, isn't Oklahoma between the two of them? So.
See, you don't even know. If I have a gun to your head,
do we have a geography expert in the house?
I'm gonna look up a map of the U.S. now.
But it seems like something like Oklahoma should be Kansas, and then Arkansas will be the Arkansas because those actually are like side by side.
Okay.
Do you have a map of the U.S.?
Here's a little kid's map.
Show a map of the U.S.
Here's
show it to the everybody
watching.
Here's what the
U.S. looks like.
Okay.
So it looks like Arkansas does touch Texas. So I'm.
It does in the corner. There's literally a city called Texarkana that's on the border because half the city is Texas, half of it's Arkansas.
Kansas barely
they don't touch though.
Touch it. No. See, there's like.
It's a little zigzag around Missouri and Oklahoma.
The square of Oklahoma, Kansas, Missouri, and Arkansas. And Kansas and Arkansas, there's like an overlap where Missouri and Oklahoma block them from touching.
Yeah.
So that's fun.
But that doesn't make sense either because they should be side by side because you'd have like North Dakota, South Dakota, right? Like North Carolina, South Carolina. You have like the Arkansas and the other Kansas. They should be side by side, but they're not. They didn't like each other so much. They were like, you need to get more than one state away from me. Like, our Kansas is over here, and your Kansas needs to be way the hell, like a whole state away,
the entire
at
Midwest
least.
should just be one state.
Ouch. Yeah, you could have like Texas and Florida, and then New York in the Northeast, and then like Northwest, and then West Coast, and then everything else in the middle just be one big state. Like Central Kansas soda Dakota. No.
Pennsarkanopla
Yeah.
Dakota.
No. Every state is beautiful and has value.
Okay.
And we love everyone from everywhere. Okay, so what were we talking about? Oh, Arkansas and Kansas. Okay, so yeah, so there are exceptions to that rule, but in the case of LED and OLED and any other kind of LEDs that come out, I think OLED is the way to go. So thank you for agreeing with me, and that means we're right and Dan is wrong. Let's see, schools. Okay, so we're talking about schools and how they do these drills because they have, like bombs and shooters and all kinds of crazy stuff they have to prepare for in school. That he said they're called evacuation or lockdown drills. They do those. Like the evacuation is, I guess, if it's a bomb, you got to get out, and then if it's a shooter, it's a lockdown. You got to just get down, get under your desk, and lock the doors, and all the exterior doors and the classroom doors are all supposed to lock now, and so that if there is an issue, they can get it kind of locked down faster. But anyways, it's still, at the end of the day, whatever it was, it's still sad that we have to teach that kind of stuff. Fire drills, yeah, like sometimes, a tornado, a fire, acts of nature are going to happen and you're going to have to evacuate a building. But you have to prepare, like, what to do if some crazy psycho comes in with the gun into the school. And, like, used to say, like, well, that'll never happen. And, yeah, it happens. That's crazy stuff. So, anyway, but sad that we do it, but they have those drills, so that's that. Let's see. He loved Dan's improv infomercial push on new products. So like, yeah. So like whenever I show a new thing and like, normally Dan will like come over here and he'll be like, ooh, let me see this thing. What is this? What is it? Oh, you're filming a show. Oh.
I want to buy it.
Sorry.
That's my interest as a consumer.
Yeah, your interest as a consumer. Yeah. So you didn't climb over the desk for this. So are you not interested in Stretchy Sonic?
He's fine.
Don't you want to come touch it?
Can you take it out of the package?
No, I'm not going to do that because then the value goes down when you take it out of the package. Okay. Well. Yeah, see, the thing,
cool.
I try and bait him. It's like I have treats and I'm like, Dan, come here.
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm the creepy guy. Hey, kid, you want a candy bar? It's in this white van over here. That's not weird at all, is it?
No, weird.
Mom, that Game Over guy tried to recruit me to some kind of cult on his show. I can't watch anymore. Send all your hate mail to info@gameovervideogames.com. No. Okay. Let's get back to the fun stuff here. Let's see. So he likes your hilarious infomercial stuff when you jump in and you're totally excited about a new product. And he suggests that we should do that sometime. Like we need to make Game Over infomercials where we take some product and we like try and sell it. And I'm like, this controller? And you're like, yes, this controller. And it's like, huh, what can we do with it? Well, let me tell you, Dan, this controller does everything. It cuts, it slices, it dices, it plugs into a Super Nintendo, it plugs into a Retron 5. You can play your games, you can do anything with this controller. That kind of thing. So,
very good.
Coming soon. We'll do that sometime. Let's see. Oh, and he was... I got to thank you for the CGF survey feedback also, because we went over all that on the last show. The CGF surveys were great, and just to give you kind of proof of what people are saying and proof that I actually read them and stuff like that. And you just really thought it was interesting hearing all the feedback from attendees and from vendors and my thoughts about them. So that's cool. All right, so very cool. Also, CGF question. About the T-shirts, because we had the T-shirts. The 15th anniversary T-shirt had the really cool design and ran out of all the larger sizes like right away, and ran out of all of them pretty soon, pretty quickly. And so then we had to do the apology tour of saying sorry and getting more shirts printed and doing this kind of last post CGF shirt orders. So he's saying, will the demand still be the same next year? Because next year's the 16th anniversary. So he says it won't be an anniversary year, but really every year is an anniversary, isn't it? Do you tell your wife it's not an anniversary year this year? It's not a 15 or 20 or not one of the big ones, so it doesn't count.
I like to keep my life.
Yeah, no, you celebrate every anniversary. So we'll celebrate our Sweet 16 next year. But I think the shirts, it's like the wristbands. They're kind of the same every year, but you also kind of want one every year. And so, the wristbands, we always do different colors and stuff like that. And, but with the T-shirts, they have been more or less the same up till this point. And this was one of the first ones that was like drastically different. It was like a radical kind of unique design. And so, yeah, it was really popular. We'll do the same thing next year. Hopefully, they'll be in as much demand. But if not, we'll sell them, I guess, the following year. So, we'll sell them. I want to make sure we have enough supply this time so we don't run out. But that probably will mean we'll have some extras. But who knows? I don't know. You can never predict demand exactly. All we can do is try to, base it on the knowledge we do have, like from last year, and try and extrapolate that next year and be close to what we need. So hopefully we won't run out. Let's see, different formats on the show. No other suggestions on that. So it really seems like people really like the show and they like the format, and they like the sections where we do the, like current events and featured and stuff like that on the show and boss battles. So I don't know. I don't know what to do. So we'll probably try and keep the show, at least through the end of this year. We'll keep it as it is. I still think we might change some things up next year for season 5, but we'll see how it goes.
We'll have a meeting.
Yeah, I do want to do more smaller videos because that's what the kids like. You kids like short videos. If it's an hour long, you're like, dude, that's an eternity.
Yeah.
I don't have time for that hour show. But if it's 10 seconds of me just going, bah, then everybody would watch that. I'd get like 1 million views, and I'd be like a YouTuber.
That would be pretty entertaining.
That would be entertaining.
Oh.
That'll be my first TikTok video. It's just me making goofy faces for like 15 seconds.
Do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll go viral.
It probably will. Yeah. It probably will. But anyway, so we'll see. We'll keep you in the loop on what we do with the show. But I do like that people enjoy the show. I mean, that's also rewarding that to hear the feedback of like I really kind of like the show the way it is. Like it's kind of cool. It's different than other stuff that's out there. I'm not just talking about one game. I'm not just talking really, to the hardcore, gamers and collectors. I'm a casual fan. I like a little bit of a lot of games, but I'm not going to ever go into like uber detail on one game because it's just I don't game to that level. I like a lot of different games and different genres and different platforms and generations, and I just play a little bit of everything.
I pretty much only play Pokemon.
So, Dan only plays Pokemon? Is that what you're doing right now? Are you collecting Pokemon?
Yeah.
He's collecting Pokemon right now. It is a long podcast, isn't it? If it gives you enough time to play Pokemon. Okay. Oh, he's put his phone away now. Okay. All right. So anyway, so that's it. That's it for the show. So thank you for joining us again this week, and hope everybody has a great week and a great Halloween. Be safe out there. Hope you get a lot of candy and have a lot of fun at your parties, but be safe getting home, have a safe ride, all that kind of stuff. And hopefully you'll make it to work and school on Monday, Tuesday, because they're not holidays. You got to work Monday and Tuesday. Sorry. And after that, maybe you can like comment on the show or email the show with some pictures of you in your Halloween costumes.
Yay.
And we'll show them on the show.
We'll do a collage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you send me some images or attach them like as Facebook comments or YouTube comments or whatever, email them to podcast@gameovervideogames.com. I'll get some of your pictures of your Halloween photos, and we'll do like a slideshow. Can we do that, Dan, next week? Like a little slideshow montage?
Even if there's one photo, we'll do a slideshow with music of just the one photo. So.
Okay.
It'll be 8 seconds long.
Yeah. All right. Well, cool. So yeah, have a happy Halloween. Be safe, and we'll see you next week on Game Overcast. So game over. That actually was a legit call because I did buy something from Best Buy recently.
Boring.
I know, but like.
What'd you buy, Moneybags?
We got a TV for the new house.
Hey!
And I had Best Buy install it like above the fireplace, nice. So I didn't do it myself, so it didn't come crashing down the next day.
Sure you don't watch TV while you have the fire going.
Yeah. But so they put it in, and like, the guy said they'd do a survey, and I'm like, okay, that's fine. Normally I wouldn't do a survey, anyway, but I told him I would. But like, this is the second call that I've had now since letting me know there's a survey coming. Like, the call wasn't the survey. No. And this is the second such call. So did they tell it's not the survey. So it's a pre-survey warning call, just letting you know.
Okay.
And it literally said you're gonna score him on 1 to 10. 10 means he was excellent. Anything other than 10 was a failure.
Did he earn your 10?
Damn. Yeah, he was pretty good.
Right.
So I guess I'll give him a 10 because it sounds like he's gonna get killed if I give him a 9.
You got a 9?
A 9?
I told you.
You're out of here.
One more 9, Jerry, and you're canned.
Back to Radio Shack with you.